Hello everyone, it's been a while since I've made a piece of Halo content, and that is because until last month I haven't really been able to play or enjoy the game. I recently got my hands on a computer that allows me to play the game at a solid 60 frames per second, instead of a constant fluctuation from 7 to about 23. Check out my old videos from the flight to see what I'm talking about. So I just want to talk about my experience with the multiplayer. Halo's multiplayer is my favorite in all of shooters. The multiplayer is the most important aspect of Halo to me. It's been that way ever since Halo 2. I cannot tell you how sad I was when I played Halo 4 for the first time, when the Halo model that I knew and loved lost to the repetitive and less engaging style of loadouts. So what do I think? This is the best Halo has ever felt. I can honestly say I feel bad for 343 choosing this free-to-play model and having the least content of any Halo title at launch, because gameplay-wise, this is the best Halo has ever been. 343 cracked the code with Halo Infinite, and they've used the knowledge accordingly. This game not only rectifies everything wrong with the last two Halo titles, and even some of the problems from the first four, it improves on the base Halo model. It makes you wonder why this took so long. Several of the elements present were present in the last two titles. For example, the thruster was an armor ability in Halo 4, and it was awful. It took you out of the game by forcing you into a third-person camera. You couldn't fire whilst you were doing it, and it wasn't fast. It was objectively pointless. In this game, it's one of my favorite pieces of equipment to pick up. The equipment options are better than Halo 3's. From an offensive perspective, they're more fun to use because you can develop a whole playstyle around them. They're not just a thrown object that negatively affects the opponents. From a defensive perspective, they're more fun to deal with and play against than the armor abilities in Reach. Armor Lock and Jetpack, as much as you don't like them, it was fun to ruin someone else's day. It was not fun to have your day ruined. That's not the case here anymore. The equipment is easier to deal with and also easier to use. It makes the game more fun. The weapon sandbox is admittedly a tad more limited, but the way the guns work is better than any Halo before it. They all have little nuances and ways to use them. Some of them even have ulterior firing modes. There's a level of efficiency you can reach with each weapon that is just beyond pressing the shoot button. For example, the Needler is the Needler you know and love, or maybe you don't like using it. Well, try this tip and see if you like it a lot more. Did you know if you reload it before the ammo count hits 0, it has one of the fastest reload speeds in the game? Your character just flicks it upward and the needles pop out. If you wait till it runs out of ammo, it has the slowest reload speed in the game. Maybe try firing, reload, fire again, and you won't run out of ammo before the person explodes. All of the guns are like that. All of the guns are deeper than just aim, shoot, reload. And it just further solidifies my idea that Halo is the most fighting game adjacent shooter series in all of video games and is the most worthy of respect. Wherein most, if not all, other types of shooting games, battle royales, loadout shooters, and even hero shooters, the overlap of character types and weapon types leads to the apparent superiority of meta playstyles, strategies, and choices. Halo says no. Halo gives you the same gun at the start in the same health pool as everybody. And then there's a bunch of guns strewn across the map that all do, especially in this game, vastly different things. Gone are the days of Promethean weapons just doing the same thing as UNSC weapons. The Heat Wave, although a scattershot Promethean weapon that shoots hard light, is nothing like the Bulldog shotgun. The Cinder Shot is a launcher, but it is nothing like the rocket launcher. And unlike Halo 2 or 3, there's reason to pick up and use any and all of the weapons, not just the precision weapons. It's not just the fact that every gun in this game is a joy to use, but did I mention the battle rifle meta is dead in this game? I hated the frequency of that weapon. I hated how Reach was punished by the community for trying to rectify it. Even though you all complained about it, they clearly failed because you still used the DMR, even though it was supposedly bad. This game rewards you for using the battle rifle well. Don't get me wrong. There's even a medal for if you kill someone at peak efficiency, landing nothing but headshots. And it's a really quick time to kill, just like in the older games. But if you land anything but a headshot, any other part of the body, you might as well be throwing rocks. It'll give your target ample time to find cover if they're not out in the open or if there's anything to duck behind. You will not kill them before they get to it. And if you're up close to them, that's a pretty uphill battle. If you attempt to use the battle rifle at peak efficiency in the ideal range of another weapon, the great will be rewarded and the mediocre will be punished. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Halo is Halo again, and I love it. So what's wrong with it? This all sounds too good to be true, don't it? A Halo that plays better than the ones Bungie made? I have a lot of nostalgia and a lot of love, because it's not even just nostalgia, those games still hold up. This game can't possibly be better. Well, it is, but that means there has to be something wrong with it, right? Like, you got what you wanted, but you lost what you had. And boy, isn't that true when it comes to the content in this game. Whilst I was waiting for my new PC, I haven't really been playing Halo. My true experience with this game and enjoying it starts a month ago. The rest of the community, the rest of you who are probably seeing this video, have been stuck here since December playing the same content the whole time. Am I right or am I right? The occasional Tenrai event, and I think there was like a cyberpunk like 80s synthwave event at one point. There's 10 maps altogether, 7 regular multiplayer maps and 3 big team battle maps. And there's game modes missing. Infection, assault, stuff like that, right? Also at the start of this game, I noticed it when I first tried to start playing when this game came out, but it's not as big of a deal anymore, but I won't let them forget. The battle pass was beyond predatory. Not because it didn't have enough stuff in it. In fact, it had plenty to unlock. It was what you had to do to unlock the stuff, the points you needed, and how you got the points. It was always a challenge, much like Halo Reach, much like how we used to like it, but it would be like get 5 killing sprees or something like that, and that was the only way you could get points. Even Reach gave you points for finishing a match. It now works that way, but it didn't before. Also, the customization situation isn't well implemented, according to people. I don't really like it either. I don't think it's that bad, but realistically, the armor you unlock is not interchangeable between your armor cores. So if I unlock, my most recent unlock for my Mark 5B was June's helmet, right? My favorite helmet, actually, from Reach, the Scout helmet. I can't put that on a Mark 7 armor core. And in my honest opinion, all of the Mark 7 armor cores, except for the last one you unlock, Keystone, or I think it's just called Mark 7, they all look ugly. It's proof that a better art style does not fix ugly designs. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be that guy dredging up the past. But Spartans didn't look ugly until 343 showed up. Anyway, but they released a helmet, Firefall. You can't unlock it, but you can purchase it. Or maybe you can unlock it, I just don't know how you would unlock it. Yeah, I bought it. I saw it and I was like, that looks really cool. That's the best way the ODST helmet has ever looked. It's a variant of the ODST helmet. I love that helmet. I'm going to purchase that. That was my conscious choice. Some people aren't going to be happy about that. I haven't really seen any reviews or any super hot takes about Halo Infinite right now, but I've seen the thumbnails and the video titles for them, and even I know the general consensus, and I can agree with the general consensus. It's, where are the updates, the free-to-play updates that we were promised for the most bare-bones Halo release ever? And I can agree with that because we only recently got a teaser for the next season. I am optimistic, however, because I'm having fun with this game. I have a very hopeful optimism for it, because I've seen several games that were free to play or full priced at launch, didn't have a lot, but they were very fun. And because they were very fun, the community and people just enjoying the game carried the game to a level of updates and content drops that made the game much better. I've also seen it in the opposite direction. I don't like Street Fighter V. I still don't like Street Fighter V, and I can't wait for 6 just so I can see whether or not it's going to be good or not. But Street Fighter V, especially now, it had all the content it needed by the time like Sagat and Kage and them started to drop. But then Gil and Seth dropped, and then they dropped more characters. There's plenty of stuff for Street Fighter V. I still don't like the way the game plays, personally. But that's a full game. This game needs that. This game needs the content that it's lacking. If it had everything from Halo 3's launch or even Halo 2's, the consensus would be way better. There'd be less complaints, probably next to none. And with that said, you know, what do I hope for? Like, what can they add to make this game better? Well, and honestly, I hope they bring back the game modes that aren't there. It dawns on me, Infection isn't here as a game mode. One of the most pivotal and well-liked game modes in all of Halo, it's just not there. Or how about Juggernaut? That's a little Phantom fan favorite. I love Juggernaut, especially the one where instead of having an overshield, the Juggernaut was invisible. I thought that game mode was really fun. I thought it was more engaging, and it's a better experience than playing Predator Hunting Grounds. Assault's not in this game. Think about that for a second. See, stuff like that cannot remain missing. Obviously, I want back playable elites. That's like my most popular video talking about that. The idea of being comfortable with them not being playable is so weird to me. I cannot understand how people are so okay with it or think that's, you know, that's a good thing. Hero shooters were the last big craze before Battle Royale took over, and it even bled into games like Apex. How can you be comfortable with only being Spartans in 2022? It's beyond me. Then you turn around and complain that Mark 5, Mark 7, and Tenrai don't have interchangeable armor pieces. That's their answer for not having multiple playable characters. They make it seem like they have multiple playable characters through different types of Spartan armors. And that's a problem. So that's it for now. Tell me what you think below or how you feel about what I said. Are you feeling optimistic like me, or are you feeling betrayed? Feel free to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Also, shoutouts to Breaker, someone who just commented recently who asked me to... He didn't ask me directly, he actually asked my opinion on what I think about the updates and where we are right now with 343. So here you go. It's very much a hopeful worry that they don't drop Season 2 and bow out for another 6 months, because I'll be there for the whole wait this time. And I don't know if I'll be as optimistic if I have to sit and wait like everyone else did. Those are my final thoughts. Thank you for watching.